Pause everything for the Saber Roar. I'm Zach.
And I'm Casey. Thanks for tuning in once again.
Franklin recently hosted a Haiti relief concert that was put together by an FHS sophomore. The goal was to try and raise money for the victims in Haiti.
The Haiti Relief Concert, held on April 16th, was a huge success. Many people came to watch the performances and to support the Haiti relief effort. Along with selling baked goods in the front, they were also selling raffle tickets and putting people who donated into a 50-50 drawing. After the drawing was held, $350 had been raised for Haiti. There was a great turnout musically. The Franklin Band and Choir made performances along with many other local bands. The people who came did a great job supporting Haiti, and they really seemed to have enjoyed themselves. Sophomore Bianca put this beneficial concert together, and maybe others will be inspired to help think of ways. Keep up the good work, Franklin.
It was a great turnout. Thanks to everyone that helped.
Many students have questions that they can't find the answers to. To solve this problem, here are two reporters from the Saber Roar and their special guest, FHS Associate Principal, Mr. Budish.
Great. Thanks for coming in to answer the students' questions today.
And, I
have a question for Mr. Budish, and I was wondering why this year we're going to 234 instead of 220 from last year.
Well, the reason that we made that change was, quite frankly, in years past, we had been very close to the DPI required numbers. The Wisconsin Department of Public Instruction required hours of instruction for students at the high school level.
All right, Mr. Budish, I want to know why next year during block scheduling students only get 5 minutes passing time while every other school that does block scheduling gets 7-minute passing time.
Yeah, that's a really good question, and actually one that we continue to take a look at. I think a lot of students are making assumptions based on what we ran on the practice week, and I would encourage the students to understand that really that was kind of a work in progress. We were trying several things. One of the things that we looked at real closely was passing time, because we understand that if you're in class for 86 or 88 minutes, that's a long time, and we want you to be in class, and we want you to be focused on that. We'd rather not have you getting up and using a pass in the middle of class time.
Mr. Budish, here's my question. Why is it necessary that we take 4 years of English credits and then we are only required to have 2 of science? I'm just kind of wondering why it's so unbalanced.
Well, Wes is correct that there are only 2 years of science for this year's seniors and this year's juniors, but this year's freshmen, sophomores, and any grade below that are actually going to be required to take 3 years of science. The school board actually just changed that based on a review of the entire science curriculum. So we're actually upping that requirement.
Mr. Budish, why are our bathrooms so dirty?
I would wonder which bathrooms he's referencing, because most of the time when I go into the bathroom, I find that they're actually fairly clean. If he's talking about things like paper towels on the floor, sinks that are left somewhat unclean, I would point out that in general, it's 1,340 students that use those bathrooms, and I would ask Zach if he's ever done anything to clean them up.
I would like to know, if you were a superhero, what superpower would you want and why?
Wow, what power would I like to have? I think the power I would enjoy the most is the ability to fly. Mostly because I spend a fair amount of time in my vehicle every day. And there are many times that I have to be here in the evening for supervising events and things like that. If I could fly, I think I could get home, see my kids for maybe an hour or so, and then get back here and do an event, and I wouldn't be stuck in traffic all the time. And so I think the ability to fly would be pretty sweet.
Yeah, it would. And you wouldn't have to spend money on gas either, I guess.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
All right, well, thanks for coming in and talking about it.
Thanks, Eric.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you, Mr. Budish, for answering all of our questions.
Out of all the students who participated in the Milwaukee Film Screenplay Writing Contest, 2 Franklin High School students wrote the best screenplays. Here's Casey with the story.
Franklin High School is part of the Milwaukee Film Collaborative Cinema Contest. Out of 110 entries, 2 Franklin students came out on top. Freshman Alexis was declared the winner.
So I wrote a story for the Milwaukee Film Festival for Collaborative Cinema, and it's called Spare Change, and it's basically about a senile old homeless man that's collecting quarters to play checkers, and it's a very global issue, and it'll be filmed and made into a movie this summer, or a short film, I should say, at the Milwaukee Film Festival.
Even though Corinne didn't win, she received special recognition for the screenplay she wrote.
My story, Muse, actually won a special recognition award for its creative talent. I understand not being able to win. My mentors actually said that my story had a lot of logistical issues. But part of that was they liked that I didn't dampen the creativity of the piece.
Also received a cash award so she could further her study in creative writing and film. Congratulations again to these two gifted students. This is Casey reporting for the Saber Roar.
Alexis Film will premiere at the Milwaukee Film Festival on September 30th. Tickets will be available to the public.
The only sport here at FHS that's played in the summer is baseball. Recently, the baseball team had their first home game of the year. Ty is here with more details.
The stands were filled with fans as the Franklin Sabres hit off their 2010 season with their first game against the University Wildcats. The Sabres have high hopes for this year.
I think we're going to do pretty good. We have a lot of returning varsity players this year, a lot of good hitting, and we're working very hard and got some good pitching, so we should do pretty good this year.
The game was off to a slow start. Both teams fought really hard, but in the end, the Sabres came out victorious, beating the Wildcats 9-7. This is Ty for the Saber Roar.
Thanks for joining us on this week's episode of the Saber Roar. I'm Zach.
And I'm Casey. Have a great week.